Hey everybody, welcome back to Broken Bones Barbecue. Today we're going to be smoking up some beautiful baby back ribs. And what we're going to do today is a special rub. It's called Sweet Heat Rub. And we're going to add some extra heat. So we're going to kick it up with some red chili flakes. And you guys stay tuned and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. And so we got our rib trimmed up here and we got to remove this extra fat. And there was quite a bit of fat. And so I've taken off that silver skin in the back. We're just gonna fold it over, turn it back over. I'm sorry. Cheers. Little bang action going on because it's hot out here today. There you go. Little purple haze. All right. Let's start. Go ahead and getting our ribs seasoned up. So what we're gonna do first is get rid of this fat, and then we're gonna take our mustard, French's mustard, from your local supermarket, and you're just gonna put that mustard on top of that rib on both sides. And the mustard, you use it as a binder. It also has a little bit of vinegar in there, and it helps break down the rib some. And you're gonna put it a good amount on both sides. You want your seasonings to stick. Turn it over. Do the same thing on the back. Now I took the membrane off of this rib in the back, so it'll stick. And when you take that membrane off, it makes it to where you could have a better bite. And this little cut right here is the butcher block. They at the meat market, they sliced it, and you want to make sure you get your mustard in there as well, and on the sides as well. And then you're gonna take your seasoning. Now the seasoning that I made up is my Sweet Heat, and you could purchase that from me, or I could sell you the ingredients and you can make it yourself. So we just want to start on the back side. You want to block the wind and get it real nice on there. There you go. I don't want to block the camera, but I do want to make sure that that rub gets on there. You want to keep shaking it. There you go. And this is actually going to be a little bit darker of a red. You want a mahogany color on your ribs. And so I have a little secret recipe that I keep to myself. But like I said, you could buy my seasoning, and all that money goes towards the building fund. You flip it over and you start on the next top side of it. Get a good coat. Stinking flies. I hate flies. There you go. Keep shaking it. Keep it moving around. And shake it up real good. If not, your salt, like I said, is going to go to the top of that. And now you're going to have a salt. So you want to make sure that you're getting all your seasonings in there. Your red chili flakes and your cayenne pepper. Pat it down in there. Remember, don't rub it. Pat it. Because if you rub it, you're going to clump it. And it's going to be like cake. So you just want to pat it in there. Get it good on the sides as well. You're going to get some nice pullback on these bones. And so you want that seasoning in there as well. And then where that flat is, where the cut is, you want to make sure you get your seasoning in there too, because if not, then it's going to be empty. It's not going to have any seasoning in there. You just want to pull the skin back over, pat it down, and be a little bit deformed when it comes out, but it'll still be good. And I've trimmed off the edge on, make sure I get in there real nice and pretty. That edge right there, I trimmed it off right there. There was some extra fat.
Okay, well, we got all 3 racks of ribs seasoned up. What I did was go ahead and let them rest for a little bit. As you see, it's starting to sweat. It's gonna have a nice color. We're gonna let these rest as our fire continues to burn down, and we'll be back. And when we put them on, we'll bring you back. Okay, welcome back to Broken Bones. It's time to put on our ribs. We have our thermometer reading about 225, in between 225 and 250. I have my heat deflector plate put in to help block those ribs. And so with this pit, I'm gonna put a little bar right there so I can pull out the handle, but I don't have one yet, so I'm just gonna use my little hook and then put on the ribs. And these ribs have been sitting, cooling, and let's see how they look as far as them sweating out. Oh yeah, these ribs are nice. Nice little sweat to them. So we're just gonna put them on here, like that. You can fit all 3 racks on here. That's what I like about this pit. There's a lot of room to work. And what I'm gonna do real quick is just touch it up a little bit with the seasoning that I have left over here. The sides where I put my hands, where they were touching in the bag. And so these baby back ribs, the good thing about baby back ribs is they're still delicious. They don't take as long to cook as your St. Louis style spare ribs or your pork loin ribs. And so these will be done in about 3 hours. I'm gonna smoke them for an hour and a half, and then I'm gonna dirty bird them up, put some extra stuff on them, show you that in a little bit, how I wrap them. And so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and close this and put these bad boys to rest. I'm gonna add a piece of pecan wood so we can get some smoke in there on both sides, because I want those ribs to smoke with that pecan wood. And so there you have it. There's 3 racks of ribs in there. Over here, I don't know if you can see, I got my chimney going to continue to add some more heat a little bit later on. And stay tuned, because we're doing something super special. Just wait and see what I have in this next video. Alright, if you like what we're doing, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Back to Broken Bones Barbecue. We're gonna go ahead and sauce these other 2 ribs. I've gone ahead and put my sauce on there. Again, if you want this recipe, you could go back to the last video that I did, the one with the chicken bombers, and you could get that recipe. These ribs are pretty much falling off the bone. I can't wait to taste these ribs. It's that honey. Man, did you see that? When the ribs pull back like that, that means they're super tender. They're super done. So we're gonna put that sauce on. Now I use the sauce that I used in the last one, the Cosmos Q, the pineapple heat. So this is pineapple, and it also has the scorpion peppers in there, plus the vinegar, the baby rays, the orange juice, and the sugar. This is like a Carolina sauce, and of course our brother, we know about that. I want you to get a close-up here real quick.
Yeah, let me zoom in.
You could zoom in.
Man, look at that.
Check that out. Fall off the bone. But we're gonna go ahead and just put these back on for another 5 minutes. Let them sit there and harden up that sauce a little bit. Then we're gonna cut into them. Remember, if these were competition ribs, this is what you would want to serve the judge. And I'll show you which ribs to cut out once I get them off, as soon as that thickens up. So stay tuned. We'll be right back to Broken Bones. This is the payoff. These are our baby back ribs. These are our competition trimmed ribs. These are marinated, seasoned. They've been glazed. They look pretty to me. What do you think? I think that looks pretty nice. You get a good shot of that? Now, like I said, if we were at a competition, on the back side, you have the black, and you would peel all that off. But this is backyard cooking. This is your barbecue, but it's competition style in your backyard. So we're gonna go ahead and cut into these. And so the way you cut ribs is you turn them on the back side. And then you wanna follow the bone. You wanna cut right in the middle. And if you were gonna turn in some competition ribs, you would cut these 4 ribs out of the middle, because once you start getting more up, the meat starts like falling off the bone, like as you can see. There, that just falls right off the bone. So these would be 2 out of each rack, maybe 3 out of each rack. You want to turn in 6 ribs, but this is in competition, so we're just backyarding it. All right, and again we have Brother Beto here. I want you to take a look at that smoke ring. That's pecan.
That's bad.
That's smoked for about an hour and a half and then wrapped for another hour and a half.
We call that pecan pie. No.
Come on, somebody. This
get-
is like candy. Yeah, just get one.
Here you go.
Yee.
Ooh, come on.
And here comes my son. He's a tester. Grab a rib, son.
Get the little, that one right there.
Okay. Here we go. Bite it off the top.
Come on.
Look at that. Clean. Right off the bone.
Wow.
Dada, is this spicy? Wow, that was very good. That is this
Right.
spicy.
You don't need to add any barbecue sauce to these ribs. That glaze hits it up.
It's spicy.
Look at that smoke ring. You have some pullback. That's what you want. Is to be able to see that bone. I wonder if my cameraman wants some.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Man.
Broken Bones Barbecue. Remember, all this was brought to you by the blood of Jesus. Because without the blood of Jesus, I wouldn't be here today. And so I want to thank you for subscribing. Hit that like button. Smash that like button. Say it, son. How does it go?
Man, subscribe, smash that like button. Stay tuned for more notification videos of Broken Bone Barbecue.
Come on, somebody.
Thank you for watching this episode of Broken Bones Barbecue. Remember, if you like what we're doing, please share this with your